2024, and a $1,400 fourth stimulus check, including Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, low income, no income, seniors, older adults, and of course, people with disabilities. I have all the details and what you need to know about 2024, as this is an incredibly important year and very pivotal when it comes down to additional money, raises to benefits, checks, stimulus, and all kinds of things like that for millions of Americans who need extra money right now. That's what we're going to be talking about right here in the video. Let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do want to specifically focus on a $1,400 fourth stimulus check, as I see questions and concerns down below in the comment section literally every single day from some of you right here in the community, reaching out asking, when are we going to get a raise to our benefits? When are they going to issue a fourth stimulus check? When are we going to get $1,400? All kinds of questions like this. I see the struggle down below. There's a lot of people out there right now who need extra money, and you've seen all the videos as of recently. A lot of people have literally no money, and we are racking up debt right now, like credit card debt and all kinds of other consumer debts right now at a record pace that we've never seen before, simply because prices are very high, nobody has any money, and a lot of people need a lot of extra money right now as a result of stimulus. And that's what I want to talk about here in the video, as well as why this year 2024 is so incredibly important and what it means, as well as what is going on with the economy, what's going on in 2024, and all the details like that. So we're rapidly approaching 2024. It is here. Well, very soon, not quite yet, but it is coming very, very soon here. And again, it's coming rapidly. Therefore, we want to pay attention to what's going on. So let's get into it. There's a lot of moving parts here. Let's discuss all the details. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so. There's that big old button down there. Make sure to hit that if you have not done so yet. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what, to keep you updated with everything going on. Things are changing very rapidly. You continue to see all the updates, the announcements, all the things that Congress is trying to pull right now. We got to stay tuned with all this stuff because you never know what's going to be announced or what may come out right now we can possibly grab or take advantage of. And again, that's what I'm bringing to your attention right away. So again, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'm here for you every single day, no matter what. I just want to do what I can to help and advocate for those of you right here in the community. Thanks so much. Please subscribe down below. Let's get into it and talk about 2024 as it is rapidly approaching. The end of the year already is getting close. It's still a little bit out here, but seriously, can you imagine how fast 2023 has zipped on by? Yeah, exactly, right? It seems like, well, yoink, there it goes, and all of a sudden the year's gone, right? So anyway, I want to talk about 2024. This is at a very important time right now. So you've been hearing me talk about this for quite a while now, which is we've got to watch the economy, okay? Now again, I'm not going to sit here and talk about the economy the entire time in this video, but things have transpired, things have gotten super weird in the second half of 2023, right? And again, you've seen all of my videos recently. I've talked about all these details and discussed what is going on with the economy, what I'm watching very closely. But I also want to point out something else in 2024 that we certainly want to pay attention to. We already start to see some of this happening right here, right now. You've seen it. If you've turned on your radio, if you've turned on your TV, even maybe watching this video, maybe you've seen some people popping up their little mugs on the screen trying to get you to send them some money or getting in front of you because guess what? 2024 is an election year. Yeah, exactly. Let me talk through the details about this really quickly because I want to give you a quick example. Now, let me throw out an example right here, right now, okay? But before I do, let me preface this really quickly by saying I am not taking political sides here in this video. I'm not bashing anybody in particular. However, I'm pointing out a fact, something that happened, the reality of the situation, okay? So again, I'm not here to rub anybody in the wrong way. I'm not here to, offend anybody or anything like that. I'm just simply saying, let me point out a quick example for you. Whether you are agreeing with this or not, this is the reality, okay? Let me talk through this really quickly. Do you know why we got a $1,400 stimulus check in 2021? We might think, oh, because they care about us. Wrong answer. They don't care about us. That's not why, okay? Here is why. Back in January of 2021, Biden, at the time, President Biden, was campaigning in Georgia for a couple Democratic senators, okay? Do you remember this? There was a runoff election during that time. He was campaigning in Georgia. He told everybody at the time, if you send me those two senators, I'll get you a stimulus check, or whatever his exact words. It was something along those lines. I'll get you that $1,400. Actually, let me take that back. He did not even say $1,400. He said $2,000. It wasn't even $2,000, so we got stiffed $600, okay? But my point is, that's just what he was campaigning on. So when he was in Georgia in January of 2021 campaigning on the behalf of those two senators, he kept saying, give me those two senators and I'll get you $2,000. Well, the two senators got there, as in the two senators were elected that he needed, and then they went through with the reconciliation bill, otherwise known as the American Rescue Plan, $1.9 trillion, and they got us a $1,400 check. So we got stiffed $600 on the deal, okay? My point is, what did that mean? The reason we got that check, it was the payout on a bribe from the president at the time during that campaign, okay? Now again, I'm not here to say anything like, oh my, you're taking one side or the other. I'm not here to say anything in particular about anybody. I'm just simply saying this is the fact of the matter, okay? So I'm not here to say like, oh, the president did something bad. I'm just simply saying it was literally a bribe. I think we can all probably agree with that, okay? Now again, we'll take a bribe. I mean, seriously, let's be real, right? I'll take a $1,400 bribe. I'm not sure about you, right? I think we all want it because we all took it, right? So that's the point here, okay? So as a result of that, basically the president was saying, here you go, give me those senators and we'll get this thing done. Well, that happened, okay? And then we got the check, okay? We got the $1,400. But it was all because of that. It was literally the payout on a bribe, okay? So my point is, all politicians do this, and it doesn't matter which side of the aisle they're on. It literally does not matter. They all do the same thing. They use taxpayer dollars to do bribes, and then basically they get what they want, right? So as a result of that, what I want to point out for you really quickly here is that 2024, guess what it is? Election year. Yep, sure is. So guess what we're going to be seeing yet again? All these politicians coming out, talking out of both sides of their mouth, giving a bunch of empty promises that they know they can't fulfill on unless they get, elect me, and here you go. I'll give you all this stuff, okay? We've seen it many times before. It is not just Biden that did it in 2021. All of these people do it, okay? So I'm not saying like one side or the other. I'm just simply saying they all do it, okay? So they're all notoriously doing this. My point is, we all know what's going on here. This is going to be a very contentious election cycle, okay? It already is. Can you already see the people coming out doing these different ads? You've probably seen some of them coming up already. We're starting to see some of these people out there bashing each other, stuff like that. It's going to be, kind of interesting here. Again, this is just what we're going through, okay? So as a result of this, do you think there might be some talk about, well, if you elect me, or if you do this, or you do that, or something like that, I'll get you this, okay? We're going to see that again. It's pretty much guaranteed. We see it every single time, okay? So my point is, I know it's still a long time from now. Let's be real. The election is in November of 2024, right? That's like a long time from now, right? It's a very long time from right now. But all of this starts to transpire like right away, okay? So that's why you got to watch all this. Now, another thing that I want to point out as well, the economy, okay? Now, again, I've talked about this many times before in other videos, but when it comes down to it, the likelihood of another check and things like this all comes down to and is predicated on the economy, the health of the economy. What is it doing? Does it need another injection of money, as in stimulus, okay? We've seen some interesting things cracking here over the last several months since we entered into the second half of the year. There's nothing in particular special about the second half of the year other than the fact that it's just like, hey, the second half of the year, okay? So what they've been predicting for a very long time, all of the aggressive interest rate hikes that we saw last year in 2022 from the Federal Reserve, basically the entire year, many people were saying all of that is going to be hitting in the second half of 2023. Well, that's where we are, okay? And that is what we're seeing. We're starting to see all the effects of that, okay? We're seeing the economic impacts. We're seeing the unemployment rate ticking higher. We're seeing a lot of businesses laying off people. We've seen it for a very long time now, and we're starting to see those effects as of now. So I just want to point out for you, this whole idea of additional money and stimulus and things like that, and again, I see questions down below. I see concerns down below. I see many of you here in the community reaching out asking, when are we going to get something? I also see on the other side, a handful of people coming out saying, we're never getting anything ever again. Well, never's a pretty strong word, okay? I wouldn't say that, okay? When could something happen? Well, that's a good question. Nobody really knows at this time, right? We just got to continue watching all this, but it's all going to be predicated on the economy. Well, when we look at the economy, coupled with, a little bit of bribery coming in through the election cycle, going on, things like this, you just never know what they might stir up, okay? So, very important stuff that we need to continue watching here. So, it's going to be very interesting between basically now and the next year or so. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what comes out. And a lot of things have changed since the last election cycles that we've gone through. Not only presidential, but even the midterm elections that we just saw as of recently. Again, pretty interesting stuff, right? A lot of things have been happening here. The shifts in Congress, the divided Congress that we have as of now, there's just a lot of things right there, right? So we got to continue watching all this. But when it comes down to it, here's one thing that we do know. Lawmakers, regardless of what side of the aisle they're on, regardless of which party they affiliate with, they all have agreed to stimulus checks in the last couple of years here. They've all approved them, okay? Back in early 2020, when Republicans had full control, they approved stimulus checks. Late 2020, same thing. Early 2021, Democrats, reconciliation package. And again, my point is, when it comes down to it, even though these lawmakers, it feels like they don't have a clue what's going on, because they probably really don't, what's going on in the real world. But when it comes down to it, they have all proven that they do support stimulus checks when the economy says, hey, everybody, it's the economy here. I need some money. Give me a little injection of some cash. When they say a little injection, they're talking about hundreds of billions or trillions of dollars, and that's what they ask for, okay? So we know that. We know that lawmakers, when the timing is right, when things are, kind of primed for additional money, it happens. It's happened many times before. Throughout history, in the last, call it 23-ish years, we've seen stimulus checks multiple times, and we see it in a variety of different ways. So it's a proven strategy. We've seen it many times before out of Congress, the Federal Reserve. When the economy goes down, that means pull out the printing press and start printing money. Which, by the way, quick side note, you might be thinking, wait, do they physically print money? No, they don't physically print money. What they do is it's all digital. It's all on a computer, okay? So when I say pull out the printing press, I mean, obviously, they're not literally rolling out the press and saying, okay, let's get some paper here, guys, and let's get some ink and blah, blah, blah. No, they don't do that. It's all literally, they go onto a computer, they change a couple digits and say, boom, we just printed $1 trillion. They just manifested $1 trillion out of thin air with nothing backing it up. No wonder why we have inflation, right? So anyway, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, seriously, would you like to have a computer where you can just literally go on there and say, boom, I want $1 billion today. You just type in the digits and boom, you got yourself $1 billion. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be super cool. Be awesome. But that's illegal for us. It's not illegal for the Fed, but it's illegal for us, right? So funny how the game is played, right? Some people can do it and they call it fiscal policy or whatever they call it, right? And then when we do it, they say, see ya in the slammer, right? So anyway, don't do that, by the way. Do not do that. I am not endorsing that whatsoever. I'm just simply saying we cannot do that, but the Fed can. So interesting. Hope you're having a nice day, but I hope this explains a little bit closer to what's going on here, but a lot of weird stuff going on. And again, I know, we just need to continue waiting. There's not a whole lot we can do about this. Other than continue waiting, that's literally all we can do. I know there's a lot of people out there that are struggling, but again, I wish I had the authority to do something more about this. I don't. I have just as much authority as everybody else, okay? But again, I'll continue watching everything very closely as we get any other details or prospects on money, benefits, programs, checks, raises to benefits, legislation, bills, packages, proposals. There's a lot of things that are happening right now, right? There's a lot of ways they could get additional money to us. And again, I've been talking about a lot of different things here as of recently. So either way, I'll keep you posted. And again, for those of you asking down below in the comment section, I hope this gives you a little bit more clarity on what's going on and kind of pointing out 2024, it's not here yet, but it's coming very fast. And it will be here soon before we know it, right? So just want to point out all the details of this. So anyway, hope you're having a nice day. Again, subscribe down below, share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, and catch you again later in the